It looks like Mike Vrabel is picking up some steam to potentially be the Chicago Bears' next head coach. Let's talk about this, people. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports All back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. If you're a Bears fan, guys, hit that subscribe button down below. Dark times to be a Bears fan right now, so hang in there with me, man. Subscribe to the channel. Would really appreciate that if you guys did support the channel. So, wanted to get to this, didn't get a chance to, so I'm getting to it now. Albert Breer came out a day or two ago and talked about the fact that on ESPN 1000, he believes that Mike Vrabel is at the top of the list of Ryan Poles' quote-unquote short list of coaches. And I want to be very clear here. Albert Breer, NFL reporter, did say that he is not reporting this, that this is his opinion based off of the information he's gathered, probably obviously from his sources. So that's what he basically mentioned. And he said that, you know, one of the reasons being that Poles and Vrabel work together in Kansas City, so that connection is there. And so that's essentially what he ended up saying. And we already know Mike Vrabel has been a hot name ever since the coaching search started, since Flus got fired. And I've talked to you guys about Vrabel and my opinion on him. Honestly, I don't have a big problem with Mike Vrabel. It's just the fact that he's not an offensive head coach, right? And it comes straight up down to that, because to me, the number one thing is the development of Caleb Williams. And I want a guy that can come in and help unlock Caleb and develop him. And I know Mike Vrabel is going to be the quote-unquote leader of men that you need. He's going to hold guys accountable. He's a tough, gritty dude. Guys will play hard for him. He's going to demand the best out of guys. No doubt about that. But that's my problem, is not an offensive coach, and that's a big thing for me. And I thought what Danny Parkins said on FS1 was pretty spot on. All right, Danny Parkins, former Chicago Bears Chicago radio host, he basically said that he thinks Mike Vrabel would be great for a team like the Bengals if they decide to move on from their coach, or a team like the Dallas Cowboys if they decide to move on from Mike McCarthy, where the offense is already set. You got Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Higgins, you got Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb. Like, you have established guys on the offense. He doesn't have to worry about that or develop anything there. But for a team like the Bears, where we don't have that developed and established, you've got a young quarterback. You want to get a guy in here that is going to be a guy that can develop that position properly. And as far as the whole leader of men thing, isn't every coach expected to be a leader of men? I mean, you're coaching a football team. If you're not able to demand the most out of guys and command that, you probably shouldn't be a football coach in the first place. So, quote unquote, that is really the part of the job requirement, is as a head coach, you should be able to be a leader of men. So I would expect most guys to be able to do so. And so that's really what it comes down to here, is I think Ben Johnson can be a leader of men. I think, Joe Brady can be a leader of men. I think Liam Cohen can be a leader of men. So to me, I think all these guys have that acumen, but maybe Vrabel has a little bit more of it, right? But he did also go, had a very poor finish to his Tennessee Titans career. So, flamed out over there, had some disputes with management. Again, I don't hate Mike Vrabel. I just want to let you guys know that. I think he's a decent candidate, but I have these guys above him in Ben Johnson, Joe Brady, Liam Cohen, all these offensive guys who I think can get the best out of Caleb Williams. So to me, is it surprising to me that Ryan Poles has Vrabel at the top of the list? No. It seems like Vrabel's the safe choice there. I think he's like, okay, after Flus, who was a complete beta personality, I definitely need a guy in here that, I know will command the locker room. And by the way, the whole leader thing, another thing Danny Parkins mentioned was the fact that when we hired Nagy, they thought he was leader of men. When we hired Mark Trestman, they thought he was leader of men. John Fox, the Flus, the list goes on and on. So every coach teams hire, they assume is leader of men. So yeah, I think with Ryan Poles, he thinks that Mike Vrabel is the safest choice. He's like, I know he's going to command the most. I think he's experienced. He's been a coach in the NFL before. He's won games. He's made it to the playoffs. So it's the safe choice. And what do you do when your job is kind of on the line and you're on the hot seat? You don't take chances. You play it safe. So that's probably why Albert Breer is reporting this and why, Ryan Poles is probably having, Mike Vrabel at the top of the list. So to me, again, don't hate it, but I go with an offensive guy. I know that might not be enough of a reason for you guys, but I mentioned to you, right? Like that should be the bare minimum for any coach to be a leader of men here. And I just think these other guys can do it just as well. And again, not really too impressed by what Mike Vrabel did in Tennessee as much. I think he's okay, but, wouldn't say he's elite. So let me know what you guys think, man. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts. Is Mike Vrabel the guy for you guys? Let me know. As always, thanks for watching.